Where are you? Are you here? Are you there? Are you on this planet? Are you on the way? On the verge? On the brink? Are you leading the pack? Or just getting started? Are you stuck? Did you decide somewhere along the way that this was the only place you could be? That everywhere else was out of reach? It's a simple question we ask ourselves constantly. Where am I? Where am I going? Where am I going to end up? But that's the wrong question. It misses the point entirely. So let me ask you the right question. Where would you rather be? Now that is a question for the bold. Where would you rather be? It's a reflection of self. It centers us and sets the course. It demands a calibration to what's important. That's the question that brings us to clarity. Because knowing where you are is one thing, but knowing what you fight for and what you believe in is everything. Where would you rather be? It points us to the larger questions that will define us. What will you dare do? What does winning mean? What will you leave behind? We know that by uncovering the answers, we can navigate from where you are today to where you want to go. Together. On your side, by your side. So with that, I ask you this one more time. Where would you rather be? We won't stop until we help you get there. So let's get started. Are you coming? Where are you? Are you here? Are you there? Are you on this planet? Are you on the way? On the verge? On the brink? Are you leading the pack? Or just getting started? Are you stuck? Did you decide somewhere along the way that this was the only place you could be? That everywhere else was out of reach? It's a simple question we ask ourselves constantly. Where am I? Where am I going? Where am I going to end up? But that's the wrong question. It misses the point entirely. So let me ask you the right question. Where would you rather be? Now that is a question for the bold. Where would you rather be? It's a reflection of self. It centers us and sets the course. It demands a calibration to what's important. That's the question that brings us to clarity. Because knowing where you are is one thing, but knowing what you fight for and what you believe in is everything. Where would you rather be? It points us to the larger questions that will define us. What will you dare do? What does winning mean? What will you leave behind? We know that by uncovering the answers, we can navigate from where you are today to where you want to go. Together. On your side, by your side. So with that, I ask you this one more time. Where would you rather be? We won't stop until we help you get there. So let's get started. Are you coming?
Good afternoon, and welcome to the annual meeting of the Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce. I am Valerie Armstrong, the outgoing chair of the Board of Directors for the Chamber of Commerce, and we are so excited that you decided to join us today. I want to take a moment to recognize our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Elliott Davis. Our platinum sponsors, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, Chattanooga Gas, EPB, and Sandler Training. And to our gold sponsors, Chambliss, Bonner, and Stoffel, Chattanooga Airport, Eisel Marketing, Food City, LBMC, Pinnacle, the Sasha Group, Truist, Volkswagen, and Unum. Our sponsors heighten the visibility of our work and champion our collaboration. We thank you. You've kept the work going and provided great ideas and leadership. Thank you for your generous support. Throughout this year, we're pleased to report that we found creative ways to provide more visibility for our sponsors. I know you'll continue to support them, and thank you for all that you do. As we all know, this is the pandemic that just keeps on testing us, challenge after challenge. For our Chattanooga Chamber, this meant continuing to help our businesses in all the ways possible that we could have, while also remaining laser focused on job creation, talent development, and attraction. We were intent upon communicating accurate information, and we offered more than 50 videos and online informational sessions, winding up with more than 215,000 views. Our strategy to communicate worked well. We truly appreciate how critical our essential businesses and employees are in our day-to-day lives. And as the cases kept rising, those of us fortunate enough to work from home also began to realize that we'd be working from home a lot longer than a few months. This brought a new round of sharing best practices, garnering federal, local, and state information as soon as it was available, and sharing it immediately with our members. We wove this work into the ongoing economic development work of Chattanooga Climbs, our 5-year plan for success, established well before the pandemic, the tornadoes, and the social justice movements. This plan has held up surprisingly well. It's hard for me to believe it, yet here we are. Already in year 3 of our Chattanooga Climbs plan, and I have good news to share about the milestones that we've reached. 3 years ahead of plan, the Chattanooga Chamber has surpassed our $1 billion capital investment goal. Key projects included Southern Champion Trey's $80 million planned investment in Center South Industrial Park, as well as new locations for Say Industrial and Confluent Medical Technology. In collaboration with our partners, we supported the announcement of more than 1,000 jobs. Chattanooga's existing businesses, including Gestamp, Reliance Partners, and Road Tech, played a significant role in helping us reach this number. We've also supported the expansion of Pure Graphite into the former Alstom facility in downtown Chattanooga. This project will manufacture synthetic graphite on lithium-ion batteries and is expected to create 300 jobs and invest more than $150 million. Over the past year, we've strengthened our already strong relationship with both our city and county mayors. And now, to share with us their outlook, we'll hear from the City of Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly and Hamilton County Mayor Jim Coppinger. We thank them for sharing their time with us and their thoughts about what's next.
Good afternoon. It has been a remarkable 12 months since we last talked. We have worked tirelessly to protect the health of this community. Our economy weathered the pandemic, but not without obstacles. Overall, we have come through the past year in a much better shape than we might have anticipated last August. We have seen multi-million-dollar expansions at companies like Gestamp, Southern Champion Tray, Novonic, Pure Graphite, and new investments like Redstone Estates, a $17 million senior living facility, as well as CC Industrial Services, a $42 million investment. As we lean into our future, we have negotiated the purchase of the McDonald Farm. This is an area ripe for economic development and 600 to 700 acres that's ready to be developed. The impact on this community will be historic in the decades to come. As I pledge to the members of the Sale Creek community, we will develop this growth in a responsible way. This is one of the main reasons why the county worked so hard to buy the McDonald Farm. We will be able to develop the 2,100 acres for current and future needs. This farm will create economic development and jobs for hundreds, if not thousands, of Hamilton County residents in the near and distant future. Which is why our support and your support of our public schools is critical to our children's future. We thank Dr. Brian Johnson for his service over the past several years, and more specifically for his leadership during this pandemic. We were able to keep our kids in school open for the first half, 84 consecutive days. I believe we were the only school system in Tennessee to be able to do so. We now face the challenge of new leadership for the schools, and we must continue the forward path that has been forged over the last 4 years. Our children's education is critical. This is the reason why we have developed the Workforce Construction Trades Academy, which will be built at the former Mary Garber School and is set to open next August. We realize not everyone chooses a path to college, but to compete in this current work environment, our students must have advanced education in various construction trades. This academy is a great example of the public-private partnerships that Hamilton County is known for. We thank all of our partners for their commitment to the future. There is no doubt that we had a challenging year, but there are still challenges ahead of us. But I am optimistic, and I do believe our best days are ahead, and we will do it in partnership with the Chamber and all of its local business members. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Val, and thank you, Mayor Coppinger. My administration is committed to building one Chattanooga, where large employers and small businesses alike can thrive. A city where any Chattanoogan who wants to work is able to find jobs or training that will open the door to a meaningful career that pays a living wage. Historically, however, prosperity and opportunity have not reached all parts of our city. Some neighborhoods continue to be left behind. If this persists, our local economy will never realize its full potential. That's why my upcoming budget includes a focus on providing job training with capital funds for a new building and construction workforce center in East Chattanooga. We're also bringing the pay plan for city employees in line with market rates, especially for our first responders and our public works crews. These essential workers have been vastly underpaid compared to the private sector and even surrounding jurisdictions. As one of the largest employers in Chattanooga, the city must find a way to remain competitive so we can attract and retain talent. The U.S. added 943,000 jobs just in the month of July. So our national economy is well on its way towards pandemic recovery, but we still need your help as employers to persist on this path of resilience. Please find ways to encourage your employees to get vaccinated against COVID-19. We have to keep consumer confidence up so that locals and visitors alike feel safe exploring all Chattanooga has to offer, supporting our local businesses while they're at it. The more people are protected against this deadly virus, the more Chattanooga's economy can make a full return to normal. That's why my administration is working to grease the wheels by offering creative incentives to increase our local vaccination rate, deploying American Rescue Plan dollars where we can. But we can't do it alone. You may have heard the announcement of our Vax for Cash sweepstakes, a weekly opportunity for fully vaccinated Hamilton County residents to win a weekly drawing for $1,000, among other great prizes. So if you're a business owner who's interested in helping to protect Chattanoogans against COVID-19 and help our economy recover, please join our efforts. You can donate prizes toward Vax for Cash by reaching out to us at cha.city Vax for Cash Biz. That's cha.city / Vax, the number 4, Biz, B-I-Z. Chattanooga is a hub for entrepreneurship. That's one aspect of our local economy that makes Chattanooga so special and is near and dear to my heart. Our Innovation District, Edney Innovation Building, and other collaborative spaces help to push our entrepreneurs on cultivating new ideas, new jobs, and new futures, and is all powered by the fastest public broadband in the country, EPB, of course, available to all residents in the city limits and beyond. To foster the launch of new businesses in Chattanooga and to help existing businesses thrive, my administration is breaking down barriers to working with local government. We're streamlining what entrepreneurs need to get started in business, like consolidating the permitting process and making it easier to access credit and working capital. The new 2020 census results show a combined city and county growth of more than 30,000 residents added since 2010, meaning our local economy is healthy and resilient. But over the next decade, adding new jobs and prosperity will become increasingly complex. It will require a more creative use of our available land and infrastructure. Together, we'll need to work with the community to chart a path towards quality growth, or growth with intention, primarily in our urban core, by designing for density in a way that preserves quality of life and place, while fostering greater equity among our citizens. As mayor, it's my goal to build a city that works for everyone, and that includes each of you. Thank you very much for attending this year's annual Chamber meeting, and I hope to safely see you again all in person soon.
Thank you, Mayor Kelly and Mayor Coppinger. We appreciate all of your commitment as well as your hard work. So next, it gives me great pleasure to share with you our Chattanooga Chamber Ambassador of the Year. He joined the Chamber Ambassadors in December of 2019, and over the course of his time here, he has earned, through his hard work and service, a total of 7,415 points. That's an astonishing short period of time to earn that many points, but not surprising. He has helped each member he works with prosper and find connections. So who is our wonderful Ambassador of the Year? Well, with no further ado, it's Simeon Baskerville, one of our volunteers we could always count on, and he exemplifies the best of our ambassador program. Congratulations again, and we look forward to reading more about how you did it in the next issue of Business Trend and Edge. We appreciate your commitment as well as your dedication to all that you do. Well, this has been a year where it took all of us working together to reach major milestones set long before the pandemic. We were fortunate during this time to count on Jim Haley's leadership as well, and I personally thank him. It's with great pleasure that I introduce to you Jim Haley, our incoming and current chair of the board of directors for the Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce. Jim will take us even farther along our journey of reaching and exceeding milestones. And as we keep up the good work of achieving the bold goals of Chattanooga Climbs. Looking forward to working with you, Jim, and all that's going to come under your leadership.
Val, thank you so much. And my thanks is not only on behalf of the Chamber Board and leadership team, but also from me personally. You have been so gracious to me and such a supportive and positive mentor and a great role model. You were dealt the COVID hand and never wavered in your optimism and your focus to move the Chamber and the city forward. You continue to remind us together that we can overcome unanticipated obstacles and run right through them. I'm really looking forward to working closely over the next year with you, Janelle Riley, our chair-elect, our board of directors, our Chattanooga Chamber Council leaders, business leaders, key partners, and our many volunteers. I know that I will learn immeasurably from each of you and that you gently will set me straight should I veer off course. Over the past year, we've connected online and in limited in-person meetings. And frankly, we've gotten better as a community in solving big problems. We have built on a strong foundation of new ways to network, providing creative online programming and tools for small businesses, and all businesses for that matter, to stay engaged and help their businesses prosper. Meanwhile, our outreach beyond our city has grown. We are always in the business of promoting Chattanooga. We saw a dramatic rise in the number of publications highlighting Chattanooga as a great city in which to relocate, a perfect place for a business person to move with his or her family. We had 1 billion media impressions. I want to say that again, 1 billion media impressions. What does that mean? If we had paid for that with ad dollars, it would have cost our business community more than $5 million. And this is just one of our many outreach successes. As well, the Chamber launched ChattanoogaCalling.com. Please take a look at this website, a campaign focused on jobs and talent, and it already has achieved great success. Now, Val tells me that one of the better perks of this position is the opportunity to recognize and honor individuals for their hard work and dedication. Therefore, it's my pleasure to announce the winner of the Council Membership Growth Award, the East Ridge City Council. The East Ridge City Council surpassed their annual membership goal, reaching a total of 7 new members, totaling $3,300 in revenue. Businesses in and around East Ridge are continuing to grow and prosper, and we are proud to honor your commitment. Congratulations. And now that I've had the pleasure of sharing some good news, I'll turn our program over to Christy Gillenwater, the Chattanooga Chamber President and CEO. She has led with innovation, inspiration, and tenacity, all great qualities that have made mine and Val's jobs easier and more enjoyable. Christy?
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Mayor Kelly and Mayor Coppinger, for your partnership, and thank you, Val, for your leadership this past year. All of us stepped up to the challenges we faced this past year, and that meant constantly adjusting our priorities. But the Council of the Year made a business and service plan and stuck with it, and their plan certainly met the needs of their neighbors. Our wonderful council created a community food bank with other local organizations and places of worship. The Midtown Council shows what it takes to support their neighbors in times of need. We're proud of you and the legacy you leave. Your leadership has inspired our other councils this year, as they already have begun implementing their plans. Again, congratulations to our Midtown Council, Council of the Year. These are challenging times again, as we find ourselves dealing with COVID and increasing our efforts to keep people safe and healthy. We cannot say enough about how honored we are to work with each and every one of you, our businesses, as you continue to provide top-notch products and services, all while keeping employees safe and strong. Your resilience has never ceased to amaze us, and your engagement with the Chamber matters. We find strength and resilience to live out our mission with you by our side. And we will continue growing and learning alongside of you, our members and partners. Last year, we moved forward with a number of big initiatives, such as our first ever federal focus program, part of our public policy work that strengthens communication between our businesses and our elected officials. Our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that have fostered dialogue to advance key economic inclusion goals of our Chattanooga Climbs Plan. And you heard about a few from Val and Jim earlier. But we also had participants in Leadership Chattanooga and our protege programs who made both virtual networking and hybrid meetings a reality, including a session led by minority-owned businesses for Leadership Chattanooga alums. We continued the important work of our young professionals of Chattanooga, and in midsummer, we were able to convene Chattanoogies in a socially distant outdoor setting. And I personally enjoyed the several dozen new Chattanoogans whom I met that day. These are just a few shining examples of our dedicated staff and volunteers who continue to provide invaluable resources within the community. I'd like to take this chance to thank our board of directors, our volunteers, and my talented colleagues on our team. We also appreciate those of you who submitted nominations for our annual awards. For as you know, we're the Chamber and we love to celebrate our businesses and our volunteers. And as Jim Haley mentioned, Chattanooga is calling remote workers and tech talent here to our community. And we're proud to welcome them here to Chattanooga. We know as we rebuild momentum, we'll continue to be extremely bullish on Hamilton County. And we know that we will keep working together collectively to harness our opportunities. We appreciate your leadership in keeping your employees and families safe while partnering with us to enhance our local economy. I hope you'll join us in sending prayers and wishes to our hospital leadership and all of our healthcare workers throughout our community for keeping us safe. We hope you'll join efforts to help encourage vaccinations and keep as many of our residents safe and strong. Thank you for your ongoing support for the Chattanooga Chamber of Commerce. Together, we will thrive.
Where are you? Are you here? Are you there? Are you on this planet? Are you on the way? On the verge? On the brink? Are you leading the pack? Or just getting started? Are you stuck? Did you decide somewhere along the way that this was the only place you could be? That everywhere else was out of reach? It's a simple question we ask ourselves constantly. Where am I? Where am I going? Where am I going to end up? But that's the wrong question. It misses the point entirely. So let me ask you the right question. Where would you rather be? Now that is a question for the bold. Where would you rather be? It's a reflection of self. It centers us and sets the course. It demands a calibration to what's important. That's the question that brings us to clarity. Because knowing where you are is one thing, but knowing what you fight for and what you believe in is everything. Where would you rather be? It points us to the larger questions that will define us. What will you dare do? What does winning mean? What will you leave behind? We know that by uncovering the answers, we can navigate from where you are today to where you want to go. Together. On your side, by your side. So with that, I ask you this one more time. Where would you rather be? We won't stop until we help you get there. So let's get started. Are you coming?